Hello folks, Reloading Bench back with you once again, and we're going to talk cost. Cost to reload 9mm in December of 2024 with all the craziness. So I know I've spoken about why I reload 9mm, and I've had people comment on my videos. Cheaper to buy, commercial. I think someone recently said, "Oh, I'm picking up, a box for $10 and $10 shipped to my door," and I'm like, really? So I went to the site he listed, and not really, because when I add up all the costs for a single box, which nobody buys, that's like buying one sleeve of primers and paying the hazmat fee for one sleeve. So, I did the math, and I responded to his comments that, yeah, I don't know where you're getting it, but, from the site you gave me, this is the cheapest I can find, and, it wasn't the $10 he was quoting. So I think people have a tendency to underestimate their spend, just like people who commute. Yeah, my commute is only 40 minutes when... how do you go from point A to point B in 40 minutes when you have to drive, park, take the train that goes on a schedule, and there's a minimum amount of time between point A and point B that is longer than your estimated total travel time of 40 minutes? Doesn't make sense. So I think people have a tendency to convince themselves that they're spending less to justify or be happy with what they think they're doing. So I'm not here to throw shade or to lie. I will tell you what it's costing me today, middle of December 2024, to reload 9mm. So I did a video on my recent purchase of Xtreme bullets. So I purchased 2,000 bullets for $200. That's 10 cents a bullet. I did a video recently on purchasing these primers. These small pistol primers cost me $70 for 1,000. That would be 7 cents per primer. This pound of unique, and I usually sticker when I purchase powder, which I should do for this too. This pound of unique was $40. So with my particular recipe, and 1 pound is, I believe, 7,000 grains. With my particular recipe for 9mm, I can get 1,370. I rounded down. It's a little higher, but I'm going to go with a little lower number. Or 3 cents a round. Brass, $0. This is everywhere at the range. I have more 9mm than I will use in my lifetime. This is not my total supply of 9mm. This is what I would call my working supply of 9mm. I have 9mm to pass on to grandchildren if I ever have grandchildren, or will it away. Too much 9mm. So sometimes I save my brass, sometimes I don't with 9mm. But 9mm casings, the brass, essentially free, no cost. Some may argue that with me. I don't care. 9mm is everywhere at the range. You can't help but pick it up, even when you don't want to pick it up, at least at my range. So when you add 3 cents for primer, 10 cents for a bullet, 7 cents for primer, and nothing for brass, you're coming in at 20 cents per round. And there will always be somebody who says, but what about your time? What's your time worth? Okay, well, it's my hobby. I enjoy doing it, and I only shoot what I load, so I have total control over the process, the load, how hot or not I load a particular round. Like if you're shooting a Desert Eagle, a little bit hotter. If you're shooting 45, I don't shoot hot 45. Same thing with 9mm. I shoot a 115 grain bullet, and I don't load hot. No reason to. Hot just uses more powder, and there's no reason to waste if you're punching paper. And again, somebody will say it's higher than 20 cents. Okay, well then you could say, your time to drive to the local store to pick it up, that you're paying 25 cents a round for or more. I think at my local store, my local gun shop, I think it's 40 plus cents a round. And again, you got to get in your car. There's your time. There's your gas. So it's, more than 40 cents. But my point is, what I'm trying to say is, I reload 9mm today in 2024 for about 20 cents. And again, that's because I'm not buying commercial powder from a commercial vendor. I'm not paying commercial price for my primer. And I look for sale price on bullets. Well, the reality is I look for sale price on all my components, but you're just not seeing the cost of primers come down enough. Same thing with powder. Powder's starting to come down. It's just not where it needs to be. I think powder should be, same as primers, $30 to $40 range, no more. And when supplies do finally saturate, we'll probably see that. And again, there's no reason to pay for brass unless maybe you're a match shooter and you need a particular level of quality and consistency. That's not me. I shoot for fun. And that's what it looks like in December of 2024. 20 cents per round of 9mm to reload. And I'm happy with that. And, I've often said to people who ask about reloading and or shooting, because I see people bring brand new boxes of ammo to the range, and absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then they shoot their box, dump their brass in the brass container, the recycle container at the range, and then they leave. And then there are others who pick up all their brass because they reload. I don't know if I reload to shoot or shoot to reload. And anybody who says I reload but I hate it, I only do it to save money, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not going to say that you do save money reloading. I've personally found that I end up buying too much shit that I can't live without on my reloading bench, and I've displayed that over the years. So I'm not one that's saving any money reloading, but I am thoroughly enjoying the hobby, the activity, the degree of precision that's needed, as well as safety precautions to effectively reload, and then find that sweet spot for that bullet, that powder, and whatever distance you're shooting at to really zero that in. No pun intended, but again, dial it in maybe is a better phrase. I truly enjoy the sport and the hobby, sport shooting, hobby reloading. And like I said, I only shoot what I reload. Obviously, 22 long rifle is an exception, even though technically you can reload that if you find the kits, and maybe I'll do a video on that someday too. But 20 cents a round, 2024. So 20 for 24. Pretty decent deal, I think, all things considered, where the costs have been. Again, at the height of the cough, I think there were some vendors charging as much as $2 a round for a completed round. So just gouge. But good stuff, 20 cents in December of 2024. Take care.